Hey guys, this is Sam with Keller Williams Realty, and in today's video we're going to go over 7 different things that we can keep in mind to get our offers accepted in today's crazy market, today's exciting market. Let's not call it crazy, let's call it exciting. Okay, number 1, have tons of cash. Yes guys, number 1 is have tons of cash. If at all possible, buy the home with all cash. Cash is king. Cash has a lot fewer contingencies. When your offers are stacked with respect to all other offers, you're going to be on the top where somewhere. Okay, that's how you can increase the probability of getting your offer accepted. If you can't buy a home with all cash, you get a loan that is either backed with cash, right? Or where you can get a loan where you can show that you have money, enough funds for not only down payment and closing costs, but also for additional down payment if your appraisal were to come short, because you're going to have to appraisal proof the offer in today's market, especially when there are multiple offer situation in pretty much every single home that you're looking at. Okay, so you want to make sure that you have that money and you show that you have that money to pay for the additional down payment if appraisal were to come low. Second one, offer it very generously, guys. This is not a time when you want to cheap out on a few $1,000s. You are in the long run of purchasing, guys. You're in the long run of accumulating generational wealth. Gone are the days when you want to negotiate with the seller on a couple $1,000s. You should be throwing out a couple $1,000s as like candy these days. Okay, so make sure that you're offering generously, not only on the price but also on the terms. Okay, so I'm gonna put a tag up here in YouTube about a video that I made regarding what an offer constitutes, what an offer includes, both price and terms. Please make sure that you watch that video first. Okay, so in this one, along the same lines, actually, I came across a meme where a buyer asks a buyer's agent, "How's the market?" And the agent replies, "It's have you watched the TV show The Bachelor?" And you say yes, and the agent said it's very much like the same TV show. It's just that it's like the final round where the bachelor has 25 ladies waiting on, and he only has one rose to hand out. So it's very similar to that. So you want to make sure that you are doing whatever you can to make your offer stand out from everybody else, so that you are on the very top, because there's only one house, right? Just like there's one rose. And if you're not the first one, everything else doesn't matter, guys. So you want to make sure that your offer is attractive enough to make sure that your offer gets accepted. Okay, number 3, guys, that is to get not just pre-approved, but get pre-underwritten fully. What I mean by pre-underwritten is typically the process is the buyer goes and gets pre-approved, and then they look at homes, make offers, and then once the property is under contract, that's when the underwriting starts. Now, in today's market, you want to go and get pre-underwritten right off the bat at the pre-approval stage. What basically that means is the verification of employment, all of the checkups of the credit reports and everything else is done ahead of time. So the lender is only waiting on an address of the property that basically is the one in which the offer is accepted to get everything else completed, guys. When that is done, that's going to allow you to possibly make an offer without buyer contingency, which is a period during which the buyer's loan can be denied and the earnest money is still refunded over to the buyer. Okay, if you cannot make that, you want to shorten that period as much as possible in order to increase the probability of your offers being accepted. Okay, now that's why you want to start your pre-approval process early on, and you want to make sure that you're going through the entire pre-approval process thoroughly and effectively, to make sure that as many things as that are required from you are already done. So everything else is in the lender's court now at that time. Okay. So number 4, guys, short option period. Option period is a time is the due diligence period, inspection period, option period, whatever you call it. It is basically a period of time during which the buyer can terminate the contract in the first few days, right? For any region. And that is something that the buyer gets by paying what is called an option fee, guys. And at that time, if the buyer terminates, the option fee goes to the seller, but the earnest money goes back to the buyer. Okay, so I'm not a big fan of completely removing or waiving the option period. I'm a fan of shortening the option period as much as possible and offering option fee high enough so that it makes sense for the seller to take a risk with our offer, even if we were to go and terminate during the option period. Okay, after inspection or during price negotiation, guys. So if we offer handsomely with an option fee big enough, the seller will take a chance on waiting on a couple days to 3 days for us to give a chance. Okay, so that's how I suggest that we go forward with it. Number 5, guys, high earnest money. Typically, used to be the case that the buyer used to offer 1% of the purchase price as the earnest money. In today's market, we want to offer as much as possible, at least 1.5% to 2%, guys. That norm of 1% is all gone, and that is no longer something that's applicable in today's market. That is actually joked upon. Actually, I had somebody who came and joked at my offer that submitted for one of my buyers. So that's how it is happening, guys. So number 6, guys, quick closing. In today's market, being able to close deals quickly is an asset. Being able to close deals quickly is something that's very favorable. If we're able to close deals between 18 and 21 days, it's a plus in today's market, especially if the sellers are in a pinch and they have to close that house before they can buy another house that they're looking to buy from the proceeds of the sale of their current home, guys. So it all starts with making a cash offer, if at all possible, right? And if we don't have a cash offer, then making sure that we're fully pre-approved and fully pre-underwritten, because that's going to give us the confidence that we can close on time, that we know that the loan's going to go through without a hiccup. And ordering appraisal as early on as possible. Typically, the buying process used to be such that after inspection has passed, after option period, the lender used to order appraisal. That is no longer the case in today's market, guys. In today's market, to close the deals quickly enough, we want to order appraisal on day 1 that we receive the contract. Remember, if we are fully pre-approved, if we are fully pre-underwritten, the lender is only waiting on an address to put into the file to resume the loan process, guys. So ordering appraisal on day 1 of receiving the contract, or ordering appraisal as soon as the buyer knows that inspection came out all right, we passed inspection, we're going to go forward with the house. Now we're not going to terminate during option period. So as early as that. That's what I recommend, guys, so that we're able to make sure that we close on time. So finally, guys, number 7, and this is my most favorite one. Working with reputed local lender and reputed real estate agent, guys. This is going to be very important. Think about this, guys. This is seller's most important sale of his life. The seller is going to look up to the listing agent for advice on making a decision, for the most part, regarding which offer to choose. If there are 20 offers, they're all going to be stacked from top to bottom, right? And when, let's say, assume the top 2 offers are the same, top 3 offers are the same, because those are the ones that really get looked at. In that case, if everything else is the same, what really makes the difference is going to be the reputation of the local reputation of the agent who submitted the offer on behalf of the buyer, the track record of success, the track record of closings of that agent, right? How many deals they've closed. That basically tells them how many years of experience they have. They can really look that up in Zillow to see how many transactions they've closed, if it's 1 transaction or 100 transactions. And also the lender who they're working with. If it's a local lender, for the most part, we all know each other. And the local reputation is something that's going to tell how a certain lender does work, okay? And this basically also has to do with, is the lender reputed? Is the lender known for closing deals on time? And is the lender known for ordering and receiving appraisals on time? Things like that. So guys, it's going to be very important that you are working with not just a local real estate agent who is reputed, but also reputed local loan officer who has a track record of success and closing deals on time successfully as promised. So guys, that's basically, those are the 7 different things that you're going to keep in mind. Of course, by the way, in multiple offer situation, we control what we offer. We cannot control what other people are going to offer. A buyer can come out always and offer a lot more than we are offering, but you want to make sure that you offer your highest and best. You want to offer in such a way that you won't regret, regardless of the outcome, whether it's a success or a failure. You did your best, you offered your highest, you offered the most you could. Regardless of the situation, you should move on, you should accept the decision, and you should move on with it, guys. Any questions you may have about real estate, give me a buzz, 972-666-7072. This is Sam with Keller Williams Realty. Signing off.